Alright, so for this question they asked you just to set up a triple integral for the volume of the solid. So you see it right here, it said that the interior below the sphere and above the paraboloid. So below the sphere would be your upper bound and the paraboloid would be your lower bound. Alright, so the volume equations will be the triple integral of the base region and then dv, and the dv will be dz dy dx x or dz dy dx dy. Okay, so now to start with the questions, for example, I don't know how to graph the solid, so I'm gonna go in blind without knowing how to graph the solid. So I recognize that it is lower bound for the paraboloid and the upper bound for the sphere. So I know that the base region is gonna be the paraboloid. Okay, so now that I'm gonna try to substitute something from one equation into the other, I'm gonna solve for 2z, gonna be for equal to x squared plus y squared. And you know that x squared plus y squared, we have something in common for the sphere. So you know that right here and right here we have something in common. So I'm going to plug in 2z into here. So 2z plus z squared equal 8. And now you can see that this equation is now a quadratic equation. You can solve this by trial and error. So you have plus 4 minus 2 equal to 0. So your z will be -4 and your z will be 2. So it would not be very logical to have a z of -4, since the fact that our base region right here, this is our base region, gonna be a circle if we plug in the value for z. So if you plug in -4 times 2 equal x squared plus y squared, -8 x squared plus y squared, you have a -8 for the radius. That would not make any sense. So z would be 2. So if you plug in 2 for z, so you have 2 times 2 equal x squared plus y squared. 4 is x squared plus y squared. So your radius right here is 2. All right, so you can draw the picture for your base region, a circle of radius of 2 and -2 right here, and then everything is in terms of x because we have a vertical rectangle right here from -2 to 2, and the thickness of that vertical is from let's see, 4 minus x squared, and sort of 4 minus x squared. Okay, so now your integral, you can start setting up your integral. Okay, so it's gonna be dz dy dx. So dx is gonna be from -2 to 2. dy going to be negative square root of 4 minus x squared, and then square root of 4 minus x squared. And then your z will be the solid itself. So remember here, the lower bound is going to be paraboloid, and the upper bound going to be the sphere. So your lower bound going to be 1/2 x squared plus y squared. And your z, your upper bound will be the sphere. So solve for z for the sphere. So z squared equal 8 minus x squared minus y, and then z will be square root of x minus 8 minus x squared minus y squared. So this is your upper bound right here. So your upper bound will be square root of 8 minus x squared minus y squared. So now this is your integral. You can certainly convert this into polar, which I would recommend you to. So if you were to convert this into polar, your z will stay. Z will stay, but this will become dr d theta instead, and you have an extra r outside. Okay, so so your theta is 0 to 2 pi, because it's a full circle. It's a full circle, and your radius is from 0 to 2. That's your radius, and your z will stay, but everything x squared plus y squared are gonna be r squared. And then right here also I'm gonna factor out a negative. So if you factor out a negative, it would be 8 minus x squared plus y squared. So you will get square root of 8 minus r squared, r dz dy, not dy, I'm sorry, dr d theta